What is up, guys? We're the Caper Vapors,
I'm Zach.
and I'm Sam, and today is a solemn day because we are retiring our E-Leaf 100 watts.
They're in their coffins.
Not because they're bad, but
Well, mine broke.
his broke.
It was a good device. I sort of killed it. I had a tank on there, which we'll be doing a review on. We're going to keep that one a surprise. And it read atomizer short. Now, this is something that my E-Leaf had done on and off. It would read atomizer short on things occasionally. And then it'd say low battery or atomizer low for absolutely no reason. So today when it said atomizer short, I'm like, okay, it might not be on all the way. What's wrong with it? I twisted the tank and I heard a cracking sound. At which point I knew my 510 had broken.
And with that, back to the studio. Just kidding, you guys. With that, we bring in a new era. See, a few weeks ago, I picked up this Sigelei 150 from Mr. Darcy's Vapor Emporium. And this is the V3. This is the most recent one, but they stopped production on them. And I love it. I love my Sigelei 150. And the heritage behind the name Sigelei goes back to the beginning of regulated mods, back to the originals. And through the years, you've seen them advance and evolve. And now, with the E-Leafs retired and me having a Sigelei 150,
it was time for me to step my game up too. So we bring to you, with no further delay, the Sigelei Fuchai unboxing and review.
So you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to unbox his Sigelei. We're going to flip the camera around, and then we're going to do a comparison video between the old Sigelei 150 and now the Sigelei 150 Fuchai.
Not 150, it's 200.
I know, I just want to feel better about not having a 200 watt device.
Alright guys, this is the box that the Sigelei Fuchai comes in. As you can see right there, temperature control, black sticker so you know you got the black model. It's got a little bit of texture on it, you can actually feel the wording. Sigelei on one side, nothing on the other. The certification on the bottom so you know you've got an authentic, not a clone. Up top, Cyclone Vapor sticker, because that's where we picked this baby up. Cyclone Vapor on Stadium Drive in Kalamazoo, also with another store on Goal Road in Comstock. So we pull that out, and they've already got the little rubber condom on there for you. That comes out of the box just like that. There's your device. There's a little warranty center worldwide thing, tells you where if your device gets broken, where you can go to fix it. Got a little QR code on there so you know it's real. Some Chinese writing. So let's just go ahead and pull this thing off. And there you see your device, Fuchai on one side. It does not say Sigelei anywhere. Copper 510 up top. You've got that mirror-like screen right there. Very clicky buttons. They feel very, very well made. And unlike with the E-Leaf, there's no rattle at all when I shake this. Battery door here. Got your strap for your batteries, quality inspection pass. Fuchai 200 watt with temp control. This is a magnetic battery cover with two little dimples right there for you to slide it into. Just like that. There's a little thing on here, a little thumb imprint so you can slide her off. She stays on sturdy, but she comes off easy when you get your thumb in there. So they made that intentionally. You can see it's got this shape. It's got a different shape to it. That's all I can think to say about that. Alright, so we got some batteries in this baby. My twisted mess on top. 5 clicks turns it on. See the little Fuchai logo pop up. Right now it is in power mode. See PWR on that screen. Now if you want to adjust it between your different modes, you hold down the up and down arrows. You're going to go titanium, nickel, power. So nickel and titanium are for your temp control, power is just for wattage mode. Now this has a Canthal build in it, so I can't use temp control on it. I'm showing you the screen here just so you know what it is. And I'm also telling you that you can't adjust your wattage while you're in temp control mode. There's no way. This device does not do that. For some of you who like to do that, you can't do it. Alright, so you see power. My build's reading out at 0.34 ohms to 100 watts. Up and down arrows. The numbers move pretty quick. Keeps on going and going and going. So you can see it went down from 200 watts to 5 watts. Does not, once you're at 5, it does not jump all the way back to 200. If you hit the down button again, you're going to have to go all the way back up. That's not a huge downside since I never plan on turning it down that far again, but just for show. And then if you want to lock your system, say you like your resistance and you like your wattage, you're going to hit the up arrow and the power button at the same time. And then to unlock it, you do the same thing. There you go. And then you're free to do whatever you want with her.
Now, some of you might ask, why aren't we doing this between the comparison or reviews, or what are we going to call between the Sigelei 150 TC and the 200 watt Fuchai?
The simple answer is because we don't have one.
Also, it's because they're both iconic leads for Sigelei. So when you look at the Sigelei 150, it's really what changed with Sigelei in the game, where they get 150 watts on a regulated device. And from there, you got the 75 watts, you got the 150 watt TC, but really these two are the flagships of Sigelei. It was the first 150 watt device they made and the first 200 watt device they made. So that's why we're doing it between these two, because it's the two icons of it. It's not a comparison between, 150 watts between the Fuchai and 150 TC, because really, in regular modes, we're running these, 150 watts is 150 watts. Granted, there might be a little discrepancy in the chips used, but power is power. So the reason we're doing between these two is because the iconic blend between them and what they represent.
We want to see where Sigelei's been and where Sigelei is going.
So to start off, we're going to look at the Sigelei 150. This is the original. It came with a nice little condom on it. And the display, we'll turn off the system first. Easy system off. Let me adjust the screen a little bit. 5 clicks. Got that Sigelei logo. Then it's got the 4 separated part screen. So you've got your volts, your ohms, your watts, and power. Tells you your battery life. And just like the Sigelei 200 watt Fuchai, you can see the travel, the time from 150 watts down to 10, or down to, this is 10 watts, so they've lowered how low the watts can go on the Fuchai. But something I noticed right off the bat a little bit is the fact that I can go from, 150 watts down to 10 watts in about a second. I mean, give or take. But really, it's really quick. And Fuchai is a little bit slower, but also that can be good because it gives you that ability to adjust and stop where you want to be at. Looking at the usage of them, they're the same. Listen to the buttons. They got that nice clickiness to them. That nice sound, that built sound. So if you're looking at it, this is like a 67 Ford Mustang. And what the Fuchai is a 2015 or 2016 brand new GT500, and it's putting out power.
With the big sat nav and everything in the center, so you feel right at home in it.
Now, cloud production wise, you can see the difference. I mean, 150 watts versus 200 watts.
I'm only running 150 right now.
It's like the cloud production between them. I gotta turn my device back on.
I mean, granted, he's running the mutation, which, as we saw in our last video, beat me at the cloud comp with my Twisted Messes RDA. Once again, repping that thing.
Yep, still got the mutation on here. And look at it, though. It's the grip, all right? This fits firmly in my hand, but I've got a big hand. The Fuchai, when you hold it in your hand,
it's a little smaller, but I do like the weird shape.
It gives you that ergonomic hand fit.
Also, good job, Sigelei, putting your fire button on the opposite side of the RDA. I think the only device I've seen that doesn't do that was my eLeaf 50 watt. Still drove me nuts, but I like this.
So look at the heritage between these two. It's amazing to see the differences between them, to see the builds and the chips they run, the power, when they've came from. And to me, it's amazing. I mean, you got a new DNA 200 chip. This is running one of the old YTX chips. I mean, it's insane how the power difference, the usage of the battery, and the power consumption. Granted, with a 200 watt device, you're going to use more power, obviously, than a 150 watt device. So your battery life may not be the same.
We've yet to test this out. I've only had it for a couple of hours.
But really, looking between the two, I think it's a drastic upgrade and it's great. But this is not my new toy. Brand new Sigelei 200 watt Fuchai right now.
Alright, so it feels good in the hands, first of all. Everything on it feels like it was made to last, like it's not a cheap little flimsy piece of Chinese plastic. It's pretty heavy. Compared to the eLeaf, even though this doesn't have batteries in it, this definitely is heavier. So you know it was made well. Another thing, a lot of people argue it's not a true 200 watt device because it pulses at 200 watts. It can't really sustain it. But that's more than enough for what your average vapor is going to be using it for. Because not everyone's in cloud comps. Most people, they just want to quit smoking. They want something that's going to give them a bit of cloud, some good flavor. And that's what I'm getting off this. I feel like my Twisted Mess is running drastically better on this than it did on my eLeaf. And that's not even at full power.
So yeah, I mean, the comparison between them two, they're both great flagship devices. They really are. The heritage you see between this and that, I mean, you can see between them. I mean, only time tells, and time has been good to Sigelei.
Plus 22 millimeter drips, tanks, whatever. They're going to look good on here. So it's nice and flush. Let's just go over a couple of tech specs on this too. Variable wattage range 5 to 200 watts. Atomizer ohm range 0.05 to 2.5. Battery capacity required 6.4 volts to 8.4. And temperature adjustment range in Celsius mode is 100 to 300 Celsius. In Fahrenheit, that is 212 to 572. Now, I've yet to run this in temp control, mostly because there's not many devices I've tried that I actually like running temp control in. Recently, I found that I like the Heracles Hydra, so I will try that on here and get more information to you guys.
But for now, guys, the heritage between these two is real. You can see where Sigelei's came,
Where they're going.
and the future looks bright for them. That's it, guys, and always remember, vape on.
Vape on.